The next tool I want to show you is the Category Targets tool. So if you click on this button up here, this allows you to browse the category targets. And I want to explain what this is here. So I'm just going to, let's just make things a little different here. I just want to put it into view so it shows only this window. So let me explain where this comes from before I show you how to use it. So we go to the Power Editor. And when you're in creating your ad here, I'm just in the part where you have to enter your detailed targeting, your interest keywords. If you click in here, you'll notice there's a browse option. And you can browse all this stuff in here. And you got demographics and interests, predefined interests, life events, behaviors, more categories. There's just so much stuff in here. We're talking, there's actually over 1,000 different categories in here. Each one of these is actually an interest. So if you select bars, you see it's actually an interest, but it's more like it's actually an interest under, sorry, a predefined interest within a category path. That's what I'm trying to say, getting tongue-tied there. And so looking through this manually, like, it's hard to tell, like you have no idea what's in here. There's 1,000 different things. There's certain things in here you wouldn't even think of. So I figured I want to build a tool to make it easier to browse through all of those different things. And so that's what I came up with, the Browse Category Targets, this tool here. What you do is you click this load categories. It goes out to, well, it looks like I have to reconnect. If you see that error, that's no problem. Just disconnect and you got to reconnect to Facebook. There we go. Now let's load categories. There we go. So now we've loaded the categories in. And you can see down here there's a total of 1,127. And so now we have some options here. If you right click, you can expand all. And now we can move this over here. And we can see all of those targets expanded out along with the audience sizes. So this is where it gets really interesting. Now, there still is a lot of here to look through. Like, that's a lot of different targets you can select from. So I've made it even easier. So in this search box up here, let's say we want to search the word friends. It will automatically display the targets that contain the word friends. So this comes in handy because I know of this particular target, close friends of men with birthday in 7 to 30 days. So you can start to imagine how powerful that is. And in fact, you can actually come up with an entire product idea around these targets. Like, think about it for a minute. Close friends of men who's going to have a birthday soon. Okay, well, I can come up with a product idea for that particular thing, like maybe a t-shirt that says I was born in this year and I'm awesome or something like that. And now you can target close friends of men that want to possibly buy this t-shirt for them. So you can kind of like partially create a product around these targets. So it's pretty neat. Or newly engaged people would be looking for, products for their wedding, for example. So wedding favors, things like that. You can set up your own, your own e-com store to create wedding favors. And so to use these targets, all you got to do is just click the checkbox and add it over this convenient little graph or table over here. And then now you can just select the target. You can go Control-C on your keyboard, or you can just select copy. And you can copy selected target. So if you copy that, you can copy selected target. Now, just like all the other ones, like if you select multiple here and you select a whole bunch and you can copy selected, it will copy them with a comma between them. But I do want to warn you that for some reason, when you try to copy a bunch of these in a comma separated way, for some reason Facebook doesn't like it when you try to paste these particular targets comma separated. But there's going to be a rare case when you're going to want to do that anyways. So what I suggest doing, just select one at a time, and it's really simple. All you do is you just left click the actual cell and then hit the Control key and C, Control C for copy. And then head over the Power Editor and Control V or right click and paste. And you'll see it come up in the first one, and there it is. So this comes real handy. Let's go back to that example there. Let's say we're selling a t-shirt to do with, close friends of people that are going to have birthdays soon. So you're selling a t-shirt. You can narrow down to another actual Facebook interest here. So you want to target people that buy stuff online. Let's say you're selling your particular item on Etsy. Why not just put Etsy here? I know for a fact that Etsy's in there. And now we're targeting people that are close friends of people with birthdays coming up, and you sell your product on Etsy. And if they're interested in Etsy, they've probably purchased something from Etsy if they're interested in it. So this is highly targeted. So that's one way we can use these targets here. And in here you have some other options. You do have, you can filter the audience size. You can also save these files to a data file. So it saves it to a category targets file. And you can save to a text file and the usual stuff. And here's the copy as well. But the biggest thing of this particular tool is the ability to search through 1,000 of those categories really quickly by using the search. If you want to reload the categories, there's a couple ways. All you do is you click this button, or you can click the X here and it'll reload it for you. Every once in a while I'll come in here and just start looking at the different possibilities, like under behaviors, digital activities. You can see canvas gaming, average engagement, someone that plays 5 out of 7 days. I bet these people would possibly buy an app. Like say you have an Android app or an iPhone app that you need some downloads. You can focus your advertising on these people because they play most of the time. So maybe they would like your app. So that's more for gaming. How about internet browser use? So what browser? Let's say you're promoting a Chrome browser extension. So obviously you want to target people that use Chrome. There's 1.2 billion, I think that is. It's a big number. Target people on operating systems. So for my case, I sell desktop software for Windows and Mac. So I would target these two. That would be a really good 2 targets to work with. Email addresses. I'm not sure how that could work, but maybe you have certain product that's geared towards people that require a Gmail account or something like that. Small business owners, technology and early adapters, technology late adapters, mobile users. So you can really quickly see how you can come up with products basically around these categories. And so the idea is you want to use these category targets as your main target here, and then start narrowing down your interests. So like, for example, let's say you have close friends of people with birthdays 7 to 30 days, and you want to sell them some sort of knitting related product or crocheting, right? And so this is where we could go back over the FB interests and type in crochet. And crochet is the number 1, so let's just copy that one, Control C. And here we go. And now we're narrowing it down to people that have close friends with birthdays within a month, and they also like crocheting. So that could be a possible target as well. In this particular case, maybe it's not that well, because ideally the person that's having the birthday is going to want to be liking crochet. But you know what? If you have close friends, if you're targeting older women, for example, their close friends are most likely going to like crocheting as well. There's crocheting clubs and all sorts of cool things. And obviously, this can apply to any niche. I'm just kind of throwing this out there. But so this can target in all sorts of different ways. But that's what I suggest doing, is taking your category target and then narrowing it down by focusing on interests and also websites and areas where people shop online, like Etsy or even like Kohl's. Kohl's is something people don't ever think about. How do you spell that? Kohl's is a very popular online brand. 9.6 million people buy stuff from there all the time. Or Macy's, JCPenney, Sears, like all these different things here. You can start narrowing it down because people have online buying habits at these particular sites. So So where was I here? Oh yeah, the categories too. I forgot what I was talking about. So that's basically everything I want to show with this particular tool. I do want to mention though that these interest categories will change all the time. Facebook changes every week, it seems like. So the reason why I don't automatically load these in here is simply because they can change from day to day. So that's why I put this load category. So when you click this button, it's actually going to the Facebook Marketing API and pulling all of the latest and current category targets into this tool. So it's always going to be fresh and always going to be live, real targets that you'll see in here. All right, that's it for this video. And if you ever need help with this tool, I did conveniently put a help button there to take you to the help page, but obviously you're watching this video, so you're not going to use that button. Anyhow, that's it for this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.